Today, I'll walk you through how to push your local code to GitHub using a personal access token. This is for you if you already have a project on your computer and just created a fresh repository on GitHub. We're keeping it simple so you can focus on the fun part, coding. Let's get started. First, open your terminal and check if Git is installed. You can do that by typing git -- version. If you see a version number, you're ready to go. Next, go into your project folder in the terminal and type git init. That turns your folder into a Git repository. In other words, Git will now start tracking changes in this folder. Now if you run git status, you might see a folder called .vs in the list. That's a Visual Studio folder with user-specific settings. You don't want Git to track this folder because it changes often and isn't part of your actual code. To keep Git from tracking .vs and other temporary files, we use something called a .git ignore file. It tells Git what to ignore, like build folders, user settings, and cache files. If you have the .NET SDK installed, version 8 or later, you can run .NET new git ignore. This creates a .git ignore file with all the right rules for a C# project, including ignoring the .vs folder. Now if you run git status again, you'll notice .vs is gone from the list, because Git now knows to ignore it. Now let's get your files ready to commit. Type git add to stage everything in the folder, and then run git commit -m initial commit to save your first snapshot of the project. Now it's time to jump over to GitHub in your browser. Make sure you're signed in. In the top right corner of the GitHub dashboard, locate the plus icon. Click it to open the drop-down menu. From the drop-down, click on New Repository. Give your repo a name. Add a description if you want. Set it to private so only you or invited collaborators can access it. Check Add a README file. Leave the Git ignore and license options set to none. Now click the green Create Repository button. That's it. Your private GitHub repo is ready to go. Once your repo is created, you'll land on its main page. Tap the green Code button and copy the HTTPS URL to your clipboard. This is the link that connects your local project to your GitHub repository. If it's a private repo, it's a good idea to store that link somewhere safe. Now let's get your personal access token, or PAT. Go to your profile icon and open Settings. Scroll all the way down to Developer Settings, and then open the Personal Access Tokens section. Choose Fine-Grained Tokens and tap Generate New Token. Give your token a name, choose your repository access, and set an expiration date that works for you. Select the scopes you need. Make sure you include access to repositories. Then tap Generate Token. Copy the token as soon as it appears because GitHub won't show it again. Store it securely in a password manager or another safe place. Back in your terminal, let's connect your local project to GitHub. First, check your current branch by running git branch. If it's not called main, rename it by typing git branch -m main. Now add your GitHub repo as a remote by running git remote. Add origin and paste the repository URL you copied earlier after creating the repo. Now sync your local branch with the remote by running git pull origin main -- rebase. When prompted, sign in to GitHub using a personal access token copied earlier. Finally, push your code up to GitHub with git push -u origin main. Once it finishes, your code is live on GitHub. Now let's walk through the essential Git workflow you'll use after completing the initial setup. First, clone your repository with git clone. This downloads the entire project to your machine. Next, create your feature branch using git checkout -b. Never work directly on main. Always check your status using git status. It shows what files you've modified, added, or deleted, and whether they're staged. Stage all your changes with git add dot. This prepares them for commit. Commit with a clear message using this step. It saves a snapshot of your changes with a message explaining what you did. Finally, push your changes using the command displayed here. This uploads your local commits to the remote repository and shares your work. And that's your basic Git workflow. Clone, branch, code, commit, and push. You're ready to go. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more beginner-friendly dev tutorials.